India. A place of dynamic color, vibrant life, and tangible spiritualism. A country of striking contrast between progressive urban sectors and traditional poor communities.
That absorption of this is truly how it's lived, and seeing how people go about their daily lives and the things that they have to struggle with, like water or trash or fuel sources or cooking for their families and housing conditions.
Some daily struggles translate directly into life-threatening situations.
You see people walking out of these homes, and it's tears running down their cheeks from the soot, and they can't breathe.
For centuries, Indians have cooked indoors over stoves called chulas. Pounding their bread, chapati, the coughing and burning eyes are hard to ignore, but this is the way it has always been done.
Indoor air pollution is a huge problem. There's about 3 billion people in the world, or about half the world's population, that cooks on biomass, wood, crop waste, animal dung, and it kills about one person every 20 seconds from that pollution. And the majority of that is women and children, since they're the most active in it.
Nathan Lorenz and Tim Bauer are co-founders of the US-based nonprofit organization Envirofit. The company offers engineered solutions to environmentally related health problems on a global scale.
We wanted to develop and disseminate products that reduced emissions and improved air quality and in some way improved economic health.
The work towards this lofty goal began back when Nathan and Tim were students at Colorado State University. The two met while working towards mechanical engineering degrees in the CSU Engines and Energy Conversion Laboratory.
CSU's always had a focus on developing solutions to help people. I established the Engines and Energy Conversion Laboratory in 1992. Tim and Nathan were undergraduates working on a project to develop a clean, quiet snowmobile.
With the history of the Engines Lab and the work on commercial two-stroke engines, we use that as a catalyst for the idea that we could also translate the same technology into a smaller package on the two-stroke snowmobile engines. We won the emissions event out of 15 universities, and we did that with a two-stroke. So from there, really the idea spawned that, what could we do to commercialize this and see if we could, create a business around taking that technology and implementing it on a larger scale.
We worked very closely together to raise the funding, to develop the technology, go through field testing. We've taken on this mission of looking for areas where technology can have real impact in people's lives, and doing that at a scale big enough to really have a difference globally.
In 2003, Envirofit International was born. With success in addressing outdoor air pollution with their two-stroke engine technology, the team decided to tackle the challenge of indoor air pollution. A fuel-efficient, clean-burning cook stove was developed.
It was more of a combination of our experience in setting up manufacturing and distribution throughout the world, combined with the lab's experience of doing great quality research in really important areas such as Cookstoves and the small two-stroke engines. Those two put together is really how this Cookstoves program started.
The Cookstoves that we've developed will improve health and increase income for families in the developing world.
What I really enjoy is the combination of using my engineering skills to meet big needs, but trying to build a sustainable business around it.
The Advanced Cookstoves Laboratory at the Engines and Energy Conversion Lab is part of what's known as the Global Innovation Center. We're partnering with Envirofit. They're doing more of the market segment while we're doing the research and development.
It's been a very unique partnership. I think it's a really interesting concept where, Envirofit started out based on a senior design project, students taking technology and knowledge that they had gained while at CSU and applying it to a marketable concept.
Melanie Sloan and Christian Larange are grad students in the lab. They test and develop products for Envirofit through the company's research contracts with the university. The two CSU students were sent to India to see how the stoves they work so hard to perfect are used firsthand.
Having that connection between laboratory and end use is so vital, because I think it's easy for anyone to focus on a problem and to be working on it in your laboratory or classroom or wherever you happen to be, and not have that connection to the end use.
We came here to see people using the chula.
It's important for us to see beyond just the lab uses. We sometimes get too locked into what you can do in a lab and what the stove can do there. And how we burn the stoves in the lab is not the same way that we're seeing the stoves burned out here.
Despite the 12.5-hour time change, Melanie and Christian began working as soon as they arrived in Bangalore, India. At the Envirofit India Product Center, they began constructing a test facility.
This is not getting power yet. The system that's been set up at the Envirofit office is to show people in real time the difference between the stoves they have been cooking on and the stoves that Envirofit's selling. They can see that visual difference, which might mean a whole lot more to them than kind of an abstract, it's cleaner. Trust me, it's cleaner.
Yeah, this came out pretty good, I think.
The testing lab that we have just, in fact, put together with the resources from Colorado State University here in Bangalore, in India. We now have a local testing lab, and they can see right in front of them what, in fact, the impact of cooking with a traditional chula versus cooking with an Envirofit stove. I mean, it's all there to be seen as to the real facts of what the benefits of the stove are.
Martha Kolhagen is the Director of Sales and Marketing for Envirofit India. She works out of the Indian office, educating interested consumers about the benefits of clean-burning cook stoves.
Our focus is, initially, the rural markets. Because they're typically the ones that use the most wood and also have the most impact in terms of health problems from the smoke. Certainly the size of the rural population in India, along with the openness in terms of that target market to bring in new types of products and try different things. India was chosen as the first country to go into, and then to develop that business model, and as well as the development of the technology itself, which then can be replicated in other countries around the world.